The Middle Ages was an era of contradictions. On one hand, strict religious prohibitions, and on the other, secret perversions that sometimes surpassed even the orgies of antiquity. The church tightly controlled intimate life, but human nature prevailed, giving rise to bizarre and often shocking sexual practices. The belief that virginity could be tested through supernatural means was widespread. For example, there was the ordeal of the plowshare for brides. A girl would be forced to walk barefoot over a red-hot plowshare or carry a piece of scorching iron. If she remained unharmed, it meant she was pure. Even more absurd was the method of witches' teats. Inquisitors would search a woman's body for devil's marks, supposed spots where she fed demons. If they found a mole or a blemish, the woman could be declared a witch and burned at the stake. Homosexuality in the Middle Ages was considered a grave crime. In some countries, sodomy was punished by burning at the stake, while in others, offenders were impaled or hanged upside down. But paradoxically, monasteries practiced spiritual friendship. Monks wrote passionate letters to each other, and some abbeys even held secret same-sex rituals. One of the most debated medieval customs was the rite of the first night, joie du seigneur. It was believed that a feudal lord could spend the first night with his vassal's bride. However, historians still argue whether this was an actual law or just a dark legend. Meanwhile, in Scandinavian countries, night visits, nattfjärd, were a real tradition. A man would sneak into a woman's bed at night, and if she didn't reject him, they could become lovers. Medieval people believed in love potions, often containing semen, menstrual blood, or burnt hair. Some recipes included aphrodisiacs like salep, orchid root, or musk. Particularly popular were flying ointments. Women rubbed mixtures of belladonna and hemlock on their skin to induce erotic visions, along with hallucinations. The church condemned prostitutes but tolerated brothels as a lesser evil. In some cities, priests even blessed sex workers, believing they protected men from worse sins. In Germany, there were sinful bathhouses establishments where men bathed with women, often leading to orgies. If a woman was caught cheating, she could be buried alive or put in a Spanish boot, a torture device that crushed legs. In Switzerland, adulteresses were drowned in lakes, while in England, they were dragged through the streets tied to a cart. Yet, kings and nobles openly kept mistresses, and some popes even had illegitimate children. Medieval sexuality was a mix of brutal repression and hidden perversions. Beneath the facade of piety lay orgies, sadistic punishments, and occult rituals. Though the church tried to control carnal desires, human nature always found a way around its rules.